So let's move on to I Don't Give a, which
Okay.
is which see. I think the thing I like about this
You're
record,
focusing on all my angry songs.
well, because they touch a chord in me, because
Yeah.
I can associate some of
Well,
my.
I'm sure you can relate to it. I mean, I hope everybody can relate to these
but
songs.
this might have the most heartbreaking passage where it says, "I tried to be a good girl, I tried to be your wife, diminished myself, and I swallowed my light."
Mm-hmm.
I, like a lot of people, I lived that. I remember being in a relationship with a man who I adored so much that I just said, I don't know who I am anymore, because all I want to be is with you.
Yeah.
So,
Or all I want to be is what I think you want me to be, what you want me to be.
so that's a very interesting lyric to hear you write.
Right. Yep. Okay. Well, I wrote it.
Again, you know what I think it is? I think we out here in the world want you to be in control. You know that word, you said that word's bandied around a lot about you. I think it's because we want it. Because we want you to have the kind of control that we're not capable of. How does that responsibility feel when you hear that? Exhausting?
I don't, I think I have great leadership qualities, but I don't think I'll ever be as in control as everybody believes that I am or wants me to be. After all, I'm a human being, and the nature of falling in love is that to a certain extent you do have to compromise. You have to, I talked about this a lot when I was promoting my film. A part of you has to go. A part of you has to die, in a way. I was reading this book called She. It's written by this psychologist. I don't know if you've heard of it. He wrote a book called He and then She.
Yes.
Yeah. And they were comparing the whole idea of being married, and mythologically that the wedding, to walk down the aisle as a bride, that in some, and I don't know, in some ancient mythological times, it was considered a funeral march.
Wow.
Because in a primal way, you are giving yourself up. You're giving yourself up to your other half, to this man, and then you're giving up your life in a way, and your married life takes over. And it's an incredible amount of power to give someone, and I think it's a valid sacrifice to make, but you just have to make sure you're making it with the right person.
As you're writing songs all these years down the line in your life, and obviously some of it is about your own journey and some of it's about whatever you observe. Is there ever a time when you find frustration in not having all the answers yet? Because I think what we strive for is clarity and just answers. And
Yep.
I don't know that that's possible. As I get closer to 50, I'm realizing I may never have the answer. And that really pisses me off sometimes.
But the journey is to get close to the answer. And the education that you have is your journey. I mean, you've pushed yourself down this road trying to get to the heart of things, trying to understand the nature of things. And whilst you're striving to find that intangible, seemingly unhavable thing, the answer, what is the meaning of life, and what is the meaning of love and happiness, and why are we here? While you're trying to figure that out, you're getting a hell of an education, and you're learning how to be a human being. And so sometimes you just have to say, well, I don't have all the answers, but I know that I'm evolving. I know that I'm learning. I know that I'm growing. So, I think that's all you can hope for. What you don't want is stasis. What you don't want is to not push yourself, to not ask the next question, to not take risks. You don't want to stand still, because that's death. And so go forward, and maybe 10 miles down the road and 10 years later, you still don't have all the answers, but hopefully you're a more experienced person, and you have a glimpse of it, a glimpse of what the answer is.